side up again.
I know, but I'm saying that the 8 is the eyes on the 8 ball.
You can say anything you want, but I'm telling you right fucking now, there's no way to write something sideways on a sphere. It doesn't make any sense.
Here, I'm gonna just show you a picture real quick here. How's that sound? Does that sound good to you? So open that up. Look at the original. You see that black ball there with the white circle in the middle? You see its eyes?
Yeah, I see it.
Its eyes are the 8.
But you can also turn that ball just on its side, and that would be 8.
And then its legs would be on its side, and he wouldn't be able to walk. You see what I'm saying?
Well, I was talking about a sphere. I wasn't talking about a fucking sphere with legs. Excuse me? Say it one more time?
I said that you probably need to shit, and that's maybe why you're not thinking correctly.
Okay, fine. What do you think about Pool Panda? Do you think it's going to succeed? Do you think it's not?
It's hard to say because I've tried to keep up with like how much attention it's getting and reviews and things like that, and I have not really seen any reviews. The response seems to be a little bit weak, but the game itself is like it's a really full game in terms of. I mean, first of all, it's an indie game, so if the response isn't like gigantic, then I mean, a lot of indies are struggling right now.
We mentioned it multiple times in the cast, but it is published by Adult Swim Games.
Yeah, and Adult Swim Games might not be a company that is trusted so much yet for their video games because they were just doing Flash games, a few years ago. Like 5 years ago, they were doing Endless Runners and stuff. So, now they're doing console games, and I think it might just take a little while for people to understand that they're putting quality out.
And it's developed by, was it Reckham or you said Miker?
Like, I think the guy's name is Mike, and I think Reckham is a form of Mike backwards, but whatever.
Well, there's an
They're
R
going
in
by
it.
Reckham.
There's an R. Is there an R in Mike?
No, but okay. But the logo, is Reckham,
Continue.
but the letters are all backwards. But like if you go to Steam, it just says Reckham because obviously you can't put the letters backwards. So you don't understand why I think it says it's Miker?
I just don't understand why you think that you can have a fucking 8 sideways on a sphere.
I just need you to slap yourself in the face. Will you do that for me?
Real quick? Yep. 1 sec.
Thank you.
Ooh.
Moving on.
That hurt. That
Good.
hurt.
That's what I wanted. That was what I was looking for. Can we explain the game?
Oh, sorry. Pool Panic?
Yes.
Oh, I guess we haven't even done that yet. God damn it. We're such assholes.
So the balls on the basketball court here, they're all different colors.
Wait, basketball court or
Ryan,
pool table?
Let's not get into sexy details.
I think you're trying to go to the Nets game in your mind, which is regular human basketball.
That is a different game.
Different game.
About basketball.
We're talking about Pool Panic.
That's a good point. We have a couple of sports games this week.
They're not real sports games.
They're not real sports.
You have 100 levels.
So they start you out on the pool table, right? And they teach you how to play that way. The next few games are on pool tables or like areas that are like pool tables. They kind of ease you into, really different tables. And eventually you're like in a yard somewhere or at a campsite or in a chicken coop. And that's not really spoiling anything. They're just, the levels get weirder and weirder and harder and different. And the objectives are all different. It's not always hitting a ball into a hole, but you're always a cue ball and you are always hitting the ball. To solve, I don't know, quote unquote puzzles, if you want to call them puzzles, or just completing the levels. Right?
Everything you just said is right.
So tell me what your experience was like.
Wait. I don't want to be wrong if what you just said was right.
Tell me about your experience with multiplayer, because I did not get a chance to do it. Let me tell you one thing about multiplayer. If you do play multiplayer, try not to split up the Joy-Cons, because I think the way that they have it, the left stick, or your left stick is going to be aiming the pool cue, and then the right 4 buttons are going to be the walking buttons. And then like the triggers, I don't know. I mean, it works, like they made it work, but it's not great. So
we played some multiplayer. It was local. Oh, it's local, and it is because they do not have online multiplayer at the moment.
Yeah, there's no online multiplayer. That is a gripe that I have.
I would like that. Yeah, I would thoroughly enjoy if they had the capability at some point to do online multiplayer. Maybe just a free update later. If you could say that you would want one thing in this game at the moment, it would be multiplayer.
It would be multiplayer. It would be...
I said one thing, motherfucker. Don't get greedy.
It would either be multiplayer or better control over the pool stick.
Okay. And I understand what you're saying. It's really just, you're talking about the right stick.
Yeah.
I get it.
I just think it could be a little bit more stable to give some valuable input.
And it's a big mechanic of the game, so I'm kind of with you. But there's also the fun and the chaos of it. And so that's what I wanted to get at with the multiplayer aspect. So I played with two buddies. One's a brother of mine.
Mm-hmm.
So not really buddy, but no, I try not to call him that. So Brandon and Jake the Steak were over, and we were playing.
Jake Roberts, friend of the show.
Jake, turn around.
I'm behind you.
We're behind you, I guess. Would have been proper. Okay, anyway, so we played it. It was so fucking chaotic. But, I mean, it totally lived up to the name, Pool Panic, because there are so many different types of balls that do different abilities, like put up walls, bounce. One, you're trying to fucking hit it, like full force, and it jumps over. So, like, if it's right by the hole, you do it, and you just fucking scratch.
Is that the ballerina one?
I don't fucking, maybe. And so
like
then you...
Toes.
And then you tap. Yeah, I think that is the right one. And then you tap. You can tap with the right, just R instead of ZR. And that, I think, is how you're supposed to get it in, because it's just more of a tap versus, big shot. But you can start off with 3, 5, 7, or 10 lives. Or sorry, balls that you have to get in, rather. And then, so you have to get that many balls in, and then you have to hit in the 8 ball. Whenever you hit in the 8 ball, you cannot run around. You cannot move. You cannot change where you're shooting from. So that changes it, and... then people can fuck you over because every time you scratch, it adds a ball, and sometimes it's chaos. And we played one fucking match, and it lasted 40 fucking minutes.
See,
then we played a match that lasted like 5 minutes.
Yeah. Well, was everyone learning how to play as they were playing?
No, the 40-minute match was after the fucking 5-minute match.
Oh,
so.
okay. Interesting.
I mean, I guess we were a little bit more. We understood the game a little bit more, so we were purposely trying to fuck each other over because you can hit your buddies. Sorry, they're not buddies. You can hit your opponents into the holes as well,
and then they scratch.
Yeah. It's fun. It's really, really fun.
So I haven't unlocked very much, but hopefully there are some more multiplayer settings. Hold on.
Oh my god,
wow, that was good.
That was one of the creepiest fucking burps I've ever heard. You better leave that in. That was epic, man.
I might.
I want to know what your face, because I imagine your mouth just open 5 times as much as it usually does to make that fucking sound.
It was pretty
Holy shit.
open and pretty wide. I haven't unlocked very much. What I'm hoping is that there's a more traditional pool game in there somewhere where you just...
Oh, you mean you want some fucking billiards pool?
Yeah, but Pool Panic, but billiard style. So imagine this. At the beginning of the multiplayer, everyone chooses a character, but of course you're all the cue ball, so you're all just the white ball, but you choose a hat. So imagine that I hit a ball and I don't get the ball in. Just like in normal pool, it moves on to the next person. So then the hat changes, and then it's that person's turn, and they're the same ball. They just have to, walk around. They walk. Maybe you can only walk a certain distance, or maybe you only have 10 seconds or 15 seconds to make your shot, or whatever, just so you can't walk all over the place all day.
Well, you know what I would love also, on top of that, add snooker.
What?
Snooker.
It's a style of...
It's a pool game that has smaller red balls, and they count for points. You're trying to knock all the red balls in, then fuck others. It's a completely different type of pool game.
Yeah.
But that would be amazing. Hey, Miker. Add snooker.
Yeah, or just a regular pool. And that regular pool, that regular game of pool, with the pool rules, that can be played on every pool table or pool-like table that you've already made. So imagine, somebody who's... Yeah, imagine that somebody starts playing your game and they go oh, this is really weird, and I'm not sure that I really get it yet. But they do have a chance to go play a regular game of pool that they do understand and really get acclimated with the game. You're only setting yourself up for success. And I know that developing a new game and everything isn't just a press of a button, but
I wonder if
in the next couple of weeks or months or something.
I mean, that'd be nice. I also wonder though if the whole point of this game it was marketed as the least
realistic pool simulator.
Realistic pool simulator. So would it be counterintuitive to even have a realistic type of pool.
No, it still wouldn't be realistic. You'd still be walking around like as the cue ball, and the other balls could still be the characters that they are, but it would be a more controlled experience.
Why don't you go fucking work for Adult Swim Games?
It wouldn't be 4 people running around the whole time. It'd be one person. It would be people taking turns hitting the balls in. I think
it would be less
cool.
chaotic. So I get what you're saying. It would be less of a panic though, as well, which again might
which is fine.
Play into what it is.
Which is fine. It's the same reason why I think Rocket League, they should just go ahead and make some racetracks. Like, what would the problem be? Like, what could you possibly lose by having racetracks in a game where you already have, like, hundreds of cars with rocket boosters? Like, imagine Mario Kart with Rocket League cars. Like, that would be amazing. And they're totally missing that opportunity right now because they just want to do Rocket League with the ball.
Well,
same with this game. They could totally just make a normal mode, and we would be happy with that as well.
I also think that I would just be happy to just be your friend. Just do the things I need to do.
Well, keep on dreaming. So, how do you like that?
I guess I kind of.
Why don't you talk to my agent next time you want to say some shit like that off script?
Oh shit! Are we going to do this right now? Really, in front of everybody, in front of all the fucking
Ryan,
listeners?
We have a word to word script. You should not be going off that. You want to tell me you want to be my friend on the show?
I was just trying to fucking be nice about it. You got a problem with it, motherfucker?
You want me to call Billy right now?
Don't fucking call him, man. You know he has fucking kids. His kids on Wednesdays.
You've met my lawyer.
Yeah, I met him, and I thought he was a fucking asshole. You've met my lawyer. You got a problem with it?
You call that a lawyer?
I call it a guy that knows what the fuck it needs to do to get the job.
He knows
done.
his own name. That's let's leave it at that.
I hate everything about you. Okay.
His name is Matt Damon.
What the fuck? Okay, now we're going on the Culling 2, right?
No, we're still on Games of the Week, motherfucker.
Yeah, I was just trying to see if you were on top of your shit, which you clearly are. I do not have to call your lawyer and tell him what you're doing.
My closing opinions for Pool Panic is if you love indies, you love platformers, play it. Get it. It's $15. You're supporting an indie who put a shit ton of work in. The animation's awesome. The characters are awesome. There's 100 freaking levels, and they're all super different and cool and way worth your time.
Holy butt fucking shit.
Look at that. $15? That's barely more than $1 per level.
You're right.
No,
there's more than 15 levels, you dumb
barely
fuck.
more than 10 cents per level is what I'm saying, right?
There you go. That's sure. I don't know. I'm not fucking doing the math for you today.
That was Pool Panic. Check it out. Holy butt fucking shit.
The holy butt fucking shit. Check it out.
Regular human basketball. Totally not any of the words it says, except the basketball part. Loosely.
There is some basketball shit.
Loosely. So this was your first time seeing the. I mean, I only saw this game the other day, but I have grown to love it a little bit at this point. What do you think about this just from watching?
I think it's fucking not cool. I don't think it's good. I don't like it. I don't want it. I don't want to play this game. I'm sorry. It's just not for me. But
no, it's okay. Have you ever heard of or played Lovers in a Dangerous Space-Time?
I have fucking not, and I don't know what you want me to say to that.
I sent you the trailer. Did you look at it?
I did. It's okay. It looks very similar to this in the fact that it is slow moving. It takes you forever to do anything, but there is a strategy to that, I believe.
Mm-hmm. So for the listeners at home or in the car or wherever you might be.
Okay, don't get creepy. They're just probably in their fucking car.
So for anyone who's listening and who has not heard of these games, so basically you play one character. You control that character like any platforming game. You run and jump, basically. And there's an action button, I think, because you're like pressing buttons and things. So the game starts out, a basketball spawns in the center of a very large space. And then...
Why?
And then there are 2 giant robots on either side. But they're like the shittiest looking robots you'd ever seen before. They're like these big, like, egg-shaped things with like...